a buddy of mine play the game through the spectate feature, and honestly, I didn't know he picked up Black Widow.
Widow is operational again.
He plays Luna Snow usually, so it's very unexpected. Of course, quick match. I'm interested in seeing what the Black Widow gameplay is gonna look like, though. Which it has been a whole lot of running from people, funnily enough. All in all, really interesting stuff, though. What the world? Oh, shot. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Venom's here. Not even Fanta Venom. What are you doing, man?
Now might be a good time to stop them.
This is crazy work, though. Shooting at a really hard character to hit. It's unfortunate. Pretty interesting gameplay, though. Not gonna lie.
No, not after everything I've been
Cool.
through in the Red Room.
Bro is in a stack. He's playing with two others. I don't know them.
Better stop that vehicle.
But, I don't know. It looks like a complete vibe, if I'm being real. Kinda wish I was included, but I mean, I'm not gonna, like, hate or nothing. No. Like, I like playing the game too sometimes, especially with friends. I like playing the game with friends more than I like playing the game without friends. I de-ranked out of Grandmaster just to play with friends. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
Enjoy the amplifier.
I think playing with friends would be cool. Plus, I like playing the game casually. Not gonna lie, it's actually way more fun when you turn your brain off and play it casually. Like, way more fun. Just melee, buddy. Just hasn't even used the ultimate yet. I know it's not a very good ultimate, but like, I mean, just throw it out there. Hit him with a little plasma burst or something. I don't know. What? Bro, he doesn't play this. He doesn't play these characters. I've never seen him on Magic. He didn't even use the Black Widow ult. I'm heated. I don't know why that made me sad. Black Widow doesn't get enough love, man. That plasma could have saved the game. Okay, maybe not saved the game, but you know, it could have been good. Could have been very good. That was crazy, though. This is what I do when I don't quite want to play a game, but I'm bored. This is what we get. And now it looks like he's no longer playing with his buddies and is just alone. Probably stopping, right? Probably about to stop playing, especially since it's 9/11. He's pretty studious. It's a school day tomorrow. So that's what I'm imagining, at least. See, half of the people that I play with, I don't even know, like off Dome. And the ones that I do, I can't even play with. This dude's in a Doom match, actually, which is interesting. I haven't played Doom match since it came out, actually. I don't really know. I'm not good at the game. Probably just pick a DPS character and try learning them in Doom match. Yeah, he did, in fact, get off of the game. That's exactly what he did. That's kind of funny. I don't know. Now what? You know? I was going to abuse this poor soulless content. And now I've got no more content, which means I have to do it myself. Oh, okay. No, not competitive, actually. This is the one thing I didn't want to do. I'm awaiting, actually, for the next season. You're gonna get a new tank. And let me tell you something, man. I watched the character reveal, and it's beautiful. Like, every move that I wanted in a character, I think the new tank.
That's 3.
Well, Frost might be the best. My camera is kind of
Wow, 4
freaking out a little bit.
Cosmic justice.
But that's just piss poor aim. There's no excusing that one.
6 in a row. Way
Oh.
to go.
I may have to invest in aiming controller. This problem started a couple of days ago. I haven't been playing the game because I'm kind of afraid that it'll be like bad.
This ends now.
And I think it might be bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's really, really bad. Like, I don't know.
Your time is
Back to talking about what I wanted to talk about.
Double kill.
Emma Frost has a deployable shield.
Our foes have arrived.
I've been wanting a deployable shield for ages.
Wow.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. A deployable shield, something I've wanted a while. I've wanted another shield tank for a while, of course, but definitely like a deployable shield. I wanted that
Destiny was
quite
not
some
kind
time.
to you.
We're getting it. You know what else we're getting? We're kind of getting a we're getting like a grab, like a command grab, bro. She's gonna have a choke slam, which
That's 3.
is something that I've wanted for a while. Pretty much, she is
Wow, 4 in a row.
interesting because she's got all of the moves that I thought were cool that the Hulk had, but like she's a shield tank instead of a weird like pseudo divey type of character like the Hulk is. I can't jive with the Hulk's gameplay, but I like his like abilities, his move set. I like the fact that he has a bubble he can protect his teammates with. I like the fact that he has like a like a grab in his ultimate. I like his transformation from Bruce Banner to Hero Hulk to Monster Hulk, like almost like a stance switch, and we're getting that
Flawless.
with Emma Frost, but in a style that fits me more. It's genuinely everything I could ever ask for in a tank. She has it, and I was making jokes when like the initial like little season reveal came out that, oh, I'm gonna like probably one trick her. But then the character reveal came out and I watched it, and genuinely her kit is beautiful. It's perfect. It's literally everything. I may
Your time has passed.
really one trick that character. I think the age of Doctor Strange and Magneto might be over. Now they are adjusting some things
I have found more
that I
lost
think
souls.
are probably
Destiny was
good
not kind to you.
adjustments in the long run, but it's just kind of crazy. They're changing around and adding the different team up bonuses, right? They're gonna do something fancy
Your
with it.
time has passed.
Winter Soldier will have a team up bonus with Captain America, which should have been season 0. That should have been in from like the drop, considering the relationship between the characters. But I mean, it's here now. I'm excited.
Cosmic justice.
They are definitely removing the team up bonus that Scarlet Witch has with Magneto. She's getting a new team up bonus with Doctor Strange. I felt conflicted about this because I play a lot of Doctor
Your time
Strange
has
and I play a lot of Magneto. really like the sword
I have found more lost
that
souls.
Magneto gets with the team up, and I think it will be missed. It will be missed.
Destiny was not kind
but-
to you.
I do think that with this new team up, first things first, Doctor Strange is the anchor, right? So with the team up that's still in the game, that's yet to change, the one with
Your fate is sealed.
Magneto, Scarlet Witch was the anchor. She gained like a flat bonus, probably in like health or damage or something. I don't really know. While Magneto got the full-on different ability, right? But now the roles are
Destiny was
inversed,
not kind
where
to you.
Doctor Strange is the anchor. Scarlet Witch is getting a new ability with the team-up bonus. I think the reason they're doing this is because she's kind of like, I don't know, she's kind of bad, and she's not that like, she's not that useful when you go into like the higher tiers. Like even in Diamond, you're not seeing her as much. And usually when I say a character isn't good, I'm like talking about like the pros, you know, top 500, you know, the people like this, like the big streamers and stuff, like, you know, the pros, the people in crazy tournaments, you know, Sentinels and junk, those types of people. Usually when people are talking about that, that's what they're talking about. But Scarlet Witch is kind of buns everywhere outside of like super low ranks. Like anything, I'd say like anything platinum and under, Scarlet Witch is good, and then above that, not nearly as useful, you know. And I think they're giving her this team up bonus to try and make her a little bit better while not actively just completely reworking the character, sending out dramatic buffs and nerfs and junk. So that's good. I do think if there's any character in this game that deserves a full-on rework, it would be her, though. I just think her kit doesn't really fit the character too much.
Your fate
Like,
is sealed.
visually, it's cool to see her floating around in junk with an orb in her hand, but, like, she's the Scarlet Witch, man. She does a lot of crazy stuff in the comics. Like, she's kind of broken, crazy powerful, super cool.
This ends now.
She's not very cool in this game. In fact, she's pretty lame. Like, actually completely lame. So I think they're probably, you know, trying to make her a little bit cooler by giving her a neat team up and junk. They are nerfing, well, not nerfing, really, they're rebalancing Doctor Strange again for like the 50th time. They are trying to make his, like, they're probably nerfing his damage, but they're giving him a buff in, like, survivability, so maybe his shield will have more health, or maybe he'll get that 50 that he just lost. I don't really understand. I don't think the developers know what they're supposed to do with Doctor Strange. Every season, he changes. Like, Season 0, he was broken, they changed him. Season 1.5, they were like, hold on, change him again. Now they're changing him at the start of Season 2. He's probably going to get changed in Season 2.5. I don't know if the developers know how they want this guy to work. I'm excited to see what the changes are. Like, completely, like, numbers-wise, and how it's going to affect the game moving forward as a person who plays tanks. But, I mean, I'm scared. You know, cautiously excited. I'm anticipating it. I'm hoping it's not going to be, like, crazy. Because, honestly, when the initial nerf to his health came out, I was a little concerned, because it took him from 650 to 600. I was a little concerned, because health goes a long way in these types of games.
Cosmic justice.
There's been times where I've survived off of that 50. And if it's gone, I'm like, what if it's like really hard to play them all of a sudden? Because again, like I said, health goes a long way. But honestly, it was not that bad. Similar thing with Magneto's shield. They nerfed its duration, but then they gave him a boost to his primary attack. initially I was like, look, the damage is good, but nerfing a shield on a shield tank when there's only 2 shield tanks is kind of insane. And I still stand by that, even though the nerf wasn't horrid like I assumed it would be.
I have found your lost souls.
I still think that was maniacal. All in all, though, we're getting a whole nother shield tank
Your time
with a
has passed.
deployable shield. I can't stress it enough how much I love that. A deployable shield. Holy. I don't know. I've never been more excited. I like that we're getting another tank
Destiny was not
just
kind
because
to
tanks
you.
are... It's not a popular role. I do make tons of jokes about solo tanking this, solo tanking that. And I do think that tank is the most switched off of role, if that makes sense.
Your fate is
So like a
sealed.
person who like duo tank to start a game, they'll like die once or twice and be like, you know what? Nah, and just go to DPS. So it's not even that people aren't choosing tank, but I think a lot of people
Flawless.
don't understand
I have
tank,
found more lost souls.
if that makes any sense whatsoever. Like they don't understand what makes tanking fun, I feel. Because a lot of people say tanking is boring. A lot of people don't like that tanks are slow. A lot of people don't like
Cosmic justice.
just, it's really definitely a speed thing, I feel. I'm trying to think of another argument, but I think majority of people just don't like the speed of tanks. They think they're kind of not fast-paced enough and they're not doing a lot.
Flawless.
And while I understand, I do think that the hype in tank isn't from like getting a triple kill, although it can be. I don't think it's from like getting a triple kill or anything crazy like that. I think
Cosmic balance is
tanking,
restored.
the excitement for me comes from being able to protect the team. This camera, this poor controller. It comes from being able to protect the team. For me personally,
Flawless.
I love like blocking ultimates.
3.
I love playing like Doctor Strange, right?
In a row.
And the enemy team Doctor Strange tries to hold on the supports, but you hold the shield up and block it before it can hit them.
In a row. Way to
It's amazing, you know, when an Iron Man pops his ultimate and you're playing Magneto and you pop yours in response to just completely just annihilate the
Your fate
usage.
is sealed.
You can even turn it back on him and use his ultimate with your new fancy charge, right? And like smack somebody on his team or maybe even him right out of the air. I've done it to Star-Lords before. It's amazing. I like
This ends now.
the ability to protect the team. That's why I like Magneto's bubble so much. I like the fact that you can stop somebody from dying by just giving them a bubble in the middle of a fight. It's like, oh, I noticed you're low there. Let me just stop you from dying. Allow
Your
you to
fate
get
is
back to
sealed.
safety, get healed up, and go back in. It's amazing. I love it. But not everybody is going to see
made me
tanking
do
in
this.
that way, and maybe not everybody is going to like that type
I
of
have
thing.
dealt with 3 of them.
So even if they see it like that, they're just like, it's not for me, and that's okay.
This ends now.
But I feel like there's a lot of people who just like, I don't know, default to support or DPS without even like really trying to learn tank or like understand what's cool about tank. Because you might be a person who really enjoys tanking,
Your fate is sealed.
but you don't know it yet because you haven't fully committed to learning a tank. I've always joked that having, it's really not even that much of a joke, but I definitely like played it up more, but I thought that having more female tanks would make more people want to play the role. Because we only really have one female tank, but like even then, she's in a big robot, so it's like, you know, not that much. So having more,
Cosmic balance.
being able to, I don't know, I guess just diversify the role could help.
3
And
enemies
even
defeated.
though Emma Frost is a shield tank, technically, I feel.
This
And
ends
a lot of
now.
people don't like shield tanks. They like a lot of the brawlers, okay? Most people who play tank, they're like, you know, I play Magneto or Doctor Strange. Not because I like them, but because they're good at solo tanking with. I would much rather play
Balance is
Thor
restored.
or the Thing, and that's okay too. But I'm a shield tank guy. I like playing all tanks, but I like shield tanks the most because, again, like I said, I like to protect my team. I like being the guy who walks up and stops the enemy from shooting everybody else. It's a feeling that I enjoy. I like being able to use Doctor Strange's shield to escort a low DPS back to the healers so that they can get some heals. I love
Cosmic
shields.
balance is restored.
I think shields are kind of in a weird position where everybody likes them. Like, everybody likes shields, but nobody likes playing the characters with the
This
shields.
was always your fate.
Like, I've solo tanked as characters like Captain America, and people will they'll be like, yeah, nah, man, just play Mag. Or, just play Strange. And it's like, why? Mind you, I'll be doing perfectly fine. The whole team will be
Cosmic
winning
balance is
even.
restored.
And people will still be asking, just play Doctor Strange.
Our foes
Like,
have
what is the
arrived.
purpose? We're all doing good. Literally nothing is going wrong. We're all winning. Why would I play Strange?
This was always your fate.
And they're just like, man, it's Big Shield. Big Shield is nice and everybody wants it, but nobody actually likes playing the character with the Big Shield for some reason. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we want this. Who's going to take
This
the
ends
fall?
now.
Who's going to take the hit? I want to see more people who might not know they like shield tanks playing them to learn that they like it because of him. I think it could be huge.
Your time
I
has
think the
passed.
character is going to increase Tank's popularity, not just in a short form, like how the Thing kind of made tanking popular for a week or two, and then it died back down. I think I will genuinely be seeing
This
more
ends
people
now.
who want to one-trick Emma
Our foes
Frost.
have arrived.
They're gonna be like, yeah, no, this is my main. I feel like I'm gonna see that more from that character, simply because it's a woman. There's not many of those in the role,
Your time has passed.
and she's got a pretty unique moveset. You know, she's got the diamond form, which is also really cool. Although, one thing I'm interested in, right? Because I looked at the character
Destiny was
reveal,
not kind to you.
but I'm not entirely certain on how her kit works, so I guess I'll be seeing when it comes out on the 11th. She's got a like a bar in the middle of her screen, similar to Doctor Strange, and I'm imagining, right, because it goes up with damage,
Cosmic
like Doctor
justice.
Strange's. I'm imagining that it's gonna be like a fantastic deal where she builds the bar up and then goes into the diamond form. But I don't know if you're gonna be able to cancel it, or if it's like you build the bar up and then you have the option to go into it with a cooldown or something. I don't know how the move's
Destiny
going
was
to work.
not kind to you.
Don't know how the stance switch is going to work because I did not analyze it hard enough. But I'm very excited because I think it's going to add a dimension to the character and make her actually more engaging, right?
Your time has passed.
I like engaging, right? A big part of why I like playing Doctor Strange is because really he's intuitive. A lot of people think tanking is like the hardest role. I think it's mid. I don't think tanking is hard.
This was always your
I don't think
fate.
it's the hardest role. I don't not think tanking is hard. Tanking can be very hard. I think tanking is most certainly consistently easier than DPS. In the sense that if you are really good at DPS,
Cosmic justice.
tanking should be relatively simple. The skills don't overlap though, so like a great tank might be a mid-tier DPS, but like a great
Flawless.
DPS could easily pick up tank and be a great tank. Like it wouldn't be crazy. That's me though. That's me though. Because I think there's that weird overlap where it's only in one direction but not in the other. I do think that in the end though, we do have another character that will be coming. Right, we're getting Ultron, and he's
Flawless.
a support. We don't really have to think about him till May, so I'm sure a lot of people are really excited. I am. I'm imagining that Ultron is going to be one of those supports that's more
Our foes have arrived.
DPS-y, kind of like Adam Warlock. I feel like Adam Warlock fits a very specific type of support, like a very special niche that Mantis is sort of in as well, where doing damage is where you're going to get a lot of your value. Adam Warlock is a great healer, but he works best if you just stop the enemy from hurting your team. Therefore, you don't even need to press the button like Soul Bond. And you don't need to use the cooldowns if you just annihilate the person that was going to make you. And that's really good. He's an all-around strategist. He works great in triple support because he's literally just... He's got the strength of a DPS, but also he can heal. So if he needs to save somebody in a pinch, he can. But also, in triple support, he has the freedom to take off angles and do flanking DPS things while having a self-heal on him. Like, it's really crazy.
Feel my power.
But you also really need to have a good Adam Warlock to do that. A lot of people picked the character up when he got buffed at the start of Season 1.5 and just didn't really know how to play him. And while I'm definitely not the best Adam Warlock, because I have, like, hot garbage Kane, I do think he is the most fun support to play. I just think he's fun. I think he's neat. I like the way that his healing works. I like that it's on a cooldown. I like that it's like a chunk, you know? Like, it's thick. It's not like other healers where you press the button and the heal starts to go in and it's a slow climb, like a main healer that can do a lot of, like, pumping heals. But, like, Adam Warlock can walk over and heal somebody from nothing to full. And you don't really need to be particularly close. You don't have to aim it, really. As long as you're near them, you can do it. And then you have a revive. So if somebody goes down, you can simply bring them back. A lot of people were using it, trying to get, like, meaty 5-man ults. But it really should be used similar to Rocket's revive that he has. His is not his ultimate. It's on a cooldown. It's on one of his main moves. But, it really should function the same. It really should function the same. Realistically, right? You're not going to manage to pull off big team-saving ults often. You can, and it doesn't mean that you shouldn't try. But primarily, it's an ultimate that I found the most success using it when you just get, like, one really important person. If you're playing Adam Warlock and you're duo supporting and you have a Cloak and Dagger on your team, that's a main support. Adam Warlock alone is not going to save an entire team of people getting hit with constant damage. It isn't gonna happen, right? Everybody is going to die. If your primary support goes down, you want to bring them back immediately because they're important. They have to come back. They're kind of the backbone of the team. That's why support is such an important role. Without it, everything would fall apart. So you kind of need your support. And if you're playing Adam Warlock and your support goes down, I urge you to just res the support. You might think it's just one person, that's stupid, just do it. If it's overtime and your tank goes down and you have your ultimate, res the tank. You need that tank. It's overtime. You need that tank. I don't know how else to say it. You're gonna need the tank. So res them. Right. If a fight just broke out and the enemy team gets an early pick and you have your ultimate, res whoever just went down. You need them. You need them. I don't know. It works way better as a res. Just one man pick up
Pure
and then leave.
cosmic energy.
A lot of people think it's an ultimate. It should do crazy big ultimate things. Nah, it doesn't
This
have to.
ends now. An
You just
imperfect performance.
use it.
Healing power.
You know, you don't want to treat it like it's God. You want to treat Soul Bond like it's God, because Soul Bond
I
is
require some aid.
the massive healing that you're gonna get. You know,
Born again. Our
this
foes
ult doesn't do any healing.
healed you.
I think reasonably,
Double kill.
Adam Warlock is fairly balanced, as he's only really good
Chance is over.
in higher ranks. Not that he's bad in lower ranks, because he is definitely good in lower ranks.
Destiny
But like,
was not kind to
when
you.
people are like, oh, there's like a triple support meta with Adam Warlock in it, and he's super strong, it's because it's like Adam Warlock is kind of difficult.
3 down.
Not even kind of, he just is difficult. Everything about him is viable and good. Like, Adam Warlock's kit is very good. He's very balanced. I like everything he
This
does,
ends
but
now.
he's difficult to use. You have to have things like good aim. You have to have great cooldown management. You have to be really good at the game to get the best usage out of him.
That's 3.
Otherwise, you're going to be failing your team a lot.
More lost souls.
He's just harder than other characters. He's harder than a lot of other supports. In my opinion, he's harder than Loki, the one that everybody says is insanely hard. I believe that Adam Warlock is the most difficult support in the game. Maybe the most difficult character in the game.
Destiny was not
Genie.
kind to you.
But because of his difficulty, he has a very strong kit. Just that not a lot of people are going to be able to utilize it. Because what makes it strong
Your fate is
is
sealed.
a lot of practice with it. You know? He is a character for if you want to master a character. You know,
Flawless.
this is probably going to be the most difficult one to. And it's not because
I
he's
found more
bad.
lost
Like, a lot of
souls.
people say Black Widow is bad, which is why it is hard to master Black Widow. I agree.
Born again.
I think Adam Warlock is the inverse, where he's
Your
too
souls
good,
United.
and because he's
I require
super
some
good,
aid.
they had to make him really difficult to use so that he wouldn't be like insanely broken.
Double kill.
Like, people were asking him, oh, we need mobility. We don't need mobility for this guy, because if he had mobility, he'd be very broken. That one change would make him insane. They slightly boosted his damage,
This
and you
ends
see
now.
how popular he got. Both among regulars, you know, the regular casuals like me, but also in top 500, he got better and more popular. It's like, you know, you changed one tiny little thing,
Wow, 4 in a
and
row.
I found more lost souls.
the entire, like, trajectory of the character can
Flawless.
change. Which is why I'm interested in their new team up changes that they're making for this
An
new season.
imperfect performance.
They took Winter Soldier out of Ammo Overload, which is interesting, because
Cosmic balance.
I
is
like that
restored.
change. I do. I think that Ammo Overload has always fit Punisher a little bit more than Winter Soldier, and I understood that they're kind of in the same, like, style. Like, they look similar. Like, I feel like they
Your
fit the
fate
same
is sealed.
vibe, the same niche, so it makes sense that they would have, like, the same team-up bonus. But, like, also, Winter Soldier's gun only has 3 shots. So while, yeah,
Cosmic
making it
balance is restored.
infinite is cool, it's like his moveset
Our
is
foes
built
have
around
arrived.
using the moves to reload the gun. It's kind of unintuitive to go from a shooting and then using a move and then shooting and using a move to just spam shooting on that character. Whereas with Punisher, it's a little bit different because he's got a gun with more ammo in it. Simply more rounds. Makes sense to simply
This
make
ends
it
now.
infinite. You know, it's logical. Less logical for Winter Soldier, in my opinion. They are changing it, and now he's going to have a team-up ability given to him by Captain America, with Captain America as the anchor. You know? And I think that's going to be interesting. From what I've seen, it looks like it's going to be a jump towards allies, similar to like what the Thing has, which is it. I don't know if it's going to be good or like horrible. I feel like it's going to probably be very good, actually.
Cosmic justice.
Actually, no, if I think about it, yeah, no, it's probably going to be pretty darn good. I think Winter Soldier's already quite an interesting character because he's got a lot of ways to escape. Like, he can use his uppercut as an escape. Like, that's already pretty good. But then being able to push deeper than you normally would and then jump back to one of your teammates is insane. He's probably going to be very strong soon. He's already kind of strong. And by kind of, I mean, he's pretty darn strong. Everybody's like, nerf him. And I kind of agree. He probably could use a nerf. I don't think that he is as broken as people in the lower ranks want you to think. Now, what I mean by that is he's definitely very strong, and I definitely think he's kind of broken.
Destiny is not kind to you.
A lot of people are bad at the game, and I'm one of them. A lot of people are bad at the game. The character might be broken, but like, if you have trash tier positioning and you cannot aim, you're not getting anywhere with Winter Soldier. Like you're just not. So you have to be good to actually play him, at least decent. You don't have to be like the GOAT. You don't have to be insane. I feel like Adam Warlock is a character you kind of have to be insane to be good with him. You don't have to be all that. You don't have to be the second coming of Christ to play Winter Soldier good. I think that you have to be just decent.
Your time has passed.
And a lot of people overestimate the decent Winter Soldier players. I genuinely think maybe every couple of like games you're going to run into a Winter Soldier that really like is locked in, right? And he's going to be a terror to your team. But then in another game, you'll get like an ultra feeder Bucky. It just happens. It happens to every character, it happens in every role, and I think we overestimate just how bad it's going to be. Because not everybody is good at the game. So more often than not, we need to worry about the other characters and the other things that were stronger. Like, you could be a complete bum on the sticks, right? But when the Gamma team-up was in its prime, you destroyed you stomped lobbies, right? You could be horrible, and with that team-up, you're cool. And that's really not Winter Soldier. So, of course, they nerfed the team-up bonus, but not Winter Soldier. I feel like it's something similar, though. You know, a lot of people don't really understand just the limits of certain characters and the limits of the people playing the characters. Like, anybody can make any character look insanely strong if they're really good and if they're really dedicated. Winter Soldier is just one of those characters that's a little bit easier to make look insane than others. There are certain things that I do completely dislike about the character, like his abilities. They give shield regardless of if they hit or not. So like, I can press this and just get shield for free. That's nasty, and that probably shouldn't exist.
Come back here.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. the shield is a little bad.
Not today.
To me, personally.
Stick around.
Double kill.
I think that could probably change. But other than that,
That's
just
three.
make it so that you have to hit the ability
Wow,
to
4
get
in
the
a
shield.
row.
Like
Nothing
magic.
personal.
And he's probably fine.
5. That's amazing.
A lot of people think, oh, the splash damage on his primary is kind of insane. And, I mean, it can definitely be.
Incoming.
Like look at this stuff.
Not today.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that hit, actually. Never mind. Yeah.
Nothing personal.
I don't know. Feel like you just have to.
Not so fast.
You just gotta lock in. God, I don't know. It's one of those types of characters where he can be very broken if you have like
One down.
decent aim and a very good understanding of his moveset, because he's very forgiving. You know, again, like I said, the whole shields on move, whether you hit him or not.
That ended
He's
quickly.
just very forgiving. His hook
Not so
can.
fast.
His hook sometimes just defies the laws of physics, which is okay. He's very forgiving.
Incoming.
And then, of course, his ultimate is very cool and strong.
Armed and dangerous. Again. No
And
mercy.
it is,
Again.
I don't know, it's kind of bonkers.
Again.
I think he's built up a reputation. And that the reputation isn't really all of him. So people just want to call him broken because he's got a lot of things that feel cheap. And I agree. Just nerf the shield thing, and he's probably just fine.
Not so fast. Again. Again.
My goodness, this is very fun though.
Again.
You know it would help
Again.
if I could aim.
Again. No mercy. Again. Again. Incoming.
See what I mean, man? That was kind of absurd. You can just get around with that hook. I mean, yeah, with the uppercut rather. You can get around with that uppercut.
Come back here. One down.
I don't know. Interesting character. Uppercut's cool.
We're done here.
Yeah, I don't know. He's definitely okay.
Target
I feel like-
neutralized.
I feel like he's definitely a character that could use some adjustments, though. Like, probably could use mad adjustments. He's a bit of a sleeper. You know who else is a bit of a sleeper? Groot. I feel like pretty recently, right? A lot of people have been like, yo, Groot's kind of busted. Groot's kind of busted, right? Groot is probably one of the best tanks.
Stick around.
Right, and I believe that Groot is probably one of the best tanks, and that he's super strong,
Stick around.
but
Wow, 4 in a row.
he's one of those characters you kinda have to be good at, or else you're going to turbo feed and be hot garbage and not help the team at all. In fact, he's one of those characters where I feel if you're bad at him, you'll be a hindrance to your team,
Armed
and that's why a lot of people don't like him.
No mercy.
Because his moves, his walls, they get in the way a ton. You whip out a wall and you place it and you cut off your team, and now they can't hurt the enemy because your walls are in the way.
I am Groot.
And you're like, what? And you're not getting any use out of the walls, right? You don't have them placed in a way where, oh, now they're blocked off and I can attack them and they're free. Nobody's there to help them, you know what I mean? You don't have them set up like that. You're just throwing them all willy-nilly, like, oh, yeah, put a wall here, yeah, sure. Yep, yep, put a wall here, yep, I'm Grooting, right? Everybody say I'm Grooting, I'm doing a good thing. And you're not. you have to actually get good at the wall placement. And once you get good at wall placements, he actually becomes very strong because this dude does damage, mad damage, and he blocks people off from their supports. So if anybody hits this person while the wall is near, it's going to attack them. The wall pretty much doubles the damage output. So if you've got a whole bunch of walls around one person, and you throw like one attack, it's doing numbers. Like it's putting up crazy stats, right? You get like a crazy little like something like this, you know, check that. Done in like 2 seconds, bro. Less than that. Less than a second. Less than a second. And all you needed is 2 walls and one of his abilities. And a primary. That's insane. Not to mention the walls are just rough for the enemy team. Because all of a sudden, you know, you throw a wall, tanks can't get to the can't get back to the supports. So they'll just be like cooked. You know what I mean? Not to mention his ultimate is great for comboing with other ultimates. Also, it's a projectile. Don't have to be close to your enemy to hit it. You can throw that thing out from like the top ropes, bro. You can throw it from the top of a building and watch it fall down and get like everybody. It's really interesting. But yeah, Groot is very strong. His damage potential is insane. And all it takes is a good Groot, and your entire game is ruined because you can't fight that guy. Like, just he's really rough to get at. You can't take down a really good Groot. It's really rough. But again, he's a character who's really strong, but you have to be good at them. Similar to Adam Warlock. I don't know. I like him. I haven't learned how to play him though. I've wanted to, but I haven't. I'm not gonna lie. Why? Because I like simple. Simple is my best friend. And Groot ain't simple. That's why I don't like playing him. I don't want to spend time learning how to do wall placement. I don't want to spend time learning how to do any of that jazz. You know, I'd rather just take the easy characters like Doctor Strange and Magneto. A lot of people think they're difficult. A lot of people think, oh, tanking is hard, and they look at those tanks. I think tanking is hard, and I look at this guy. You gotta be dedicated to the Groot life to actually be a Groot player, though. Using these walls are interesting. This big wall over here does something crazy. It gives you, like, HP when you hit something. Yes, it gives shield. And you can get a lot. I think it's up to, like, 1100. It's kind of crazy. He's an interesting tank because if you play him right, you're going to be maniacal. Like, I don't know. That's the only thing I can say. Maniacal. Yeah, Groot's a strong guy. He's a strong guy. And I feel like a lot of people are only just now realizing that he's kind of strong. But I feel like it depends on the role you play. Like, I thought he was strong for the longest time. But that's because I played a lot of tanks. A lot of shield tanks. A lot of what Groot players would target. I'm getting cut off of my supports and blowing up all of the time when I fight this guy. I don't like fighting Groot. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand the perspective of a tank player going into a Groot. And so they might want you to do something that's borderline impossible considering the team composition. You know what I mean? So that's me. You know, I feel like a lot of people are like starting to feel like, you know, Wolverine doesn't need to be banned every game, but anybody who plays tank wants that guy banned every game. And there's a reason for that. It's because he's really rough against tank players. You know, a support player might be like, you know what, let's ban Spider-Man. Let's ban Spider-Man. A lot of people are like, Why are we banning Spider-Man? But Spider-Man is rough against support players. Of course, a support would want to ban Spider-Man.
I am Groot.
You gotta think about that type of stuff. Especially since bans are coming to Gold 3 next season. It's kind of hype. I think bans at these lower ranks is going to be very good. Of course, we're going down 9 divisions with that reset. So, I will be in Silver 1 in what, like 9 days? I don't know, what's the season in it? Oh, what even is today? When does the next season drop? Am I slow? I'm pretty sure I was just saying it. It's April something. No, it drops in 7 days. 7 days. A week. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Whenever that happens, it'll be pretty neat. I didn't really have anything to do or say. I don't know. I'm excited.